Okay, hi everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you share this with all your friends here on Facebook or whatever platform you have. I'm Steve, by the way, and I run the Corner Concert Series every summer. And we're here at the gazebo right now in Lower Whitmer Park, right here in Clearfield. And I have Jane here with me.
Hi, everybody.
And she's going to tell us a little bit about Freedom House. That's who we'll be raising money for this summer for the Corner Concert Series. And I want you all to know about Jane and her husband, John, right?
Yes.
And Freedom House. Hi, Jane.
All right. Well, hi, Steve. It's good to catch up with you again.
Yeah, I know. We've known each other for a long time, and we've run the same church circles.
Yes.
And so I was excited when I found out that you were jumping into full-time ministry, and especially working with inmates that are leaving the system and trying to get back on their feet, and you're giving them a place to do that called Freedom House. Tell us how you got into that. Like, how did that all come about?
Well, I really felt impressed to go volunteer for the women up at the county jail. There's nothing here for people who are serious about recovery. There's nothing here for women who need a lengthy support, not just a Band-Aid, even for men, really, but they needed something more. So the Lord really laid it on my heart to open a house. And I knew there needed to be some kind of programming, obviously, that was grounded in the deep things of God, because you and I both know that's where healing comes from. Mm-hmm. And a lot of our women have so much trauma in their life.
Right.
So it needed to be something that could help them work through this and help get them a foundation in which they could grow and be encouraged and find their identity again, and just rediscover who they were. They're not their past, but that God has a wonderful plan for them.
Excellent. So you said around 2015 is when it was really laid on your heart to do something.
Right.
And you've just recently gotten your nonprofit status for Freedom House, correct?
Yeah.
And you're based out of Osceola right now.
Yes.
And you were telling me before we started recording that a huge opportunity just opened up in Altoona for you guys. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So we were given a church in Altoona. It's a very large church, which we are very excited about. What we would like to do is, we cannot take every woman that would love to come. We have to turn people away, which is heartbreaking to me. So this will be an opportunity for us that the Osceola Center can be where the girls first come in, maybe stay for a year and get their bearings, work through trauma, acquire employment, learn how to manage money, learn all of those things. And then they can graduate to a second part of that program, which would be in Altoona, where they could get a better job. Maybe they want to go to schooling, and they are also going to be able to stay there for a year. So it'll help give them a substantial foundation for them to be able to have success as women and as mothers, Steve.
Right.
I mean, they want to be good moms.
Oh yeah, they've made mistakes and they've lost everything, and then whenever they get out of jail, they have nothing, and they have no place to go.
No.
A lot of times, I'm sure their families have abandoned them. Their kids are scattered everywhere, and it's just a huge mess, and nobody seems to be willing to step up and help them.
It takes an investment, Steve. It really does.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. You're doing this full time now.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So and it takes a lot of staff and a lot of hours and a lot of time and a lot of money.
Yes.
To do what it is that needs done for these folks that are getting out of jail. Now, how many ladies have you said right now you have 8 or 9 in the program right now?
Well, actually, I have 7 right now, but I have 2 more coming. Actually, 3. I have another one that just called today. But the problem is, we're so limited in our housing, and there's just not anything else around here in several counties. There really isn't.
Right.
So that's why the Altoona branch or campus will be a wonderful thing to be able to implement. We can shift some of the girls that have been into the program for a while and are ready for the second step.
They can move up into maybe some leadership roles and mentoring roles, and I can see that happen.
Yes, and then we'll have room for some newbies that need to come in. And
so for housing, what do the girls get whenever they get out and they come to be in Freedom House? What do they have access to as far as housing goes?
They all have their own room. and everything's provided for them. Obviously, when they come, they have nothing. They don't even have shoes.
Right.
They come with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So our community has been wonderful at donating clothes and paper towels and hygiene products and laundry soap and all of those things. So the community has been wonderful in donating all of those things, even makeup for the girls. I mean, just
nice.
stuff that women like.
Mm-hmm.
We share a common kitchen. We have a fellowship hall because we do have a recovery meeting for the public there once a week. Okay. And they share a common area then in like a living room.
Okay.
So, but it's like a family there. They really love each other and have built a very strong relationship amongst
So they
each
have weekly meetings.
Yes.
But they're living right there, so they're interacting with each other and with you guys mm-hmm. daily. So yes. you have lots of opportunity to give them encouragement yes. and help to guide and direct them. And of course, pray with them and help them financially and all those sorts yes. of things. So you are really embedded into their lives. Yes. At that point, they're not just staying somewhere kind of on their own.
No.
Right.
And we have rules. There's a curfew. They have jobs. Mm-hmm. We do random drug tests. The girls love it because they love to look at and see how absolutely clean their drug test is.
Yeah, they like to be held accountable.
They do. They love it. Mm-hmm. We have a once a month trauma group. It's called Reboot Recovery. It's wonderful. The girls love it. We also have a licensed drug and alcohol guy, Reese Lee, that comes in and he teaches that class once a week. We also have a trauma life coach that comes in and she works one-on-one with the girls. Good. So we're taking them through a lot. They're required to go to church, so we make sure that's important and that's in there. We make time for that. So we they learn budgeting. They learn how to manage their money they're making. They take a parenting class.
Life basics that most people kind of pick up as they go, but for whatever reason.
Well, when you're when you're surviving, when you're in survival mode, those things all shut off. Yep. And so you either don't learn those or you're from a family who really didn't possess those skills.
Mm-hmm. And then things just kind of snowball out of control. Yeah. And that's how they end up.
We do things with the children. We have big family get-togethers with the kiddos. So it's really actually wonderful.
I didn't realize that your programming was so intense. I was thinking, you just have a place for the ladies to go temporarily until they can go somewhere else. But you're really
we're invested.
You're becoming part of their family.
Right. Yeah. We are. And
that's huge.
I only take women who are serious about their recovery. I worked in the maximum security prison. So I know when you're playing. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you've been in the prison mentoring enough. You can figure it out. Oh, yeah. So I only take women who are serious. I don't want somebody who just wants a bed. I don't want somebody who's not ready to quit.
Yeah.
But if you're serious, we'll invest in you 100%. Nope. Yeah.
Good. Well, thanks for sharing a little bit about Freedom House with us, Jane. And, through all this summer, every Friday night, we have music right here. And I'd love for you to come over and speak to the crowd. Maybe bring some of the girls over. Maybe they could share their testimonies and really get to know the community that wants to lift them up and support them. So that's what we're here for.
Well, we need to invest in our own community, Steve.
Absolutely.
Because let's be real, our government isn't always after our best interests.
No.
So we need, as a community, to be after our best interests.
We have to step up.
We have to step up and help each other.
And that leads me into asking about grant money and fundraising and that sort of thing. You were telling me that it's hard to find grant money specifically for what you're doing.
It is.
So if there's anybody out there that understands the whole grant process and all that sort of thing and can help out in that way, that would be awesome.
I imagine that we're considered a sober living home, is what I would imagine. Home. Mm-hmm. So I just don't know where you find them at. And we're growing at a rate now where we really need to be able to find larger funds like that so we can keep doing what we're doing and multiply what God's entrusted us with.
Absolutely.
So, it would be wonderful if we had somebody who would want to volunteer with us that is that's their thing.
Yep. Because you have lives that you're handling, that you're helping, and fundraising is not fun to begin with. And it's hard to constantly be asking for money.
It is.
It's just an awkward thing. And so that's one of the reasons why we do the corner concerts the way that we do, is I try to I try to choose local nonprofits that are making an impact on the community that people can get involved in, and and we can help raise money, and people love to come out and just enjoy a nice Friday evening and listen to music and just enjoy the community. And so we've been doing this for 13 years now, I think, something like that, and it's growing every year and every year. And so we're happy to be able to help the little bit that we can. And I've seen it year after year that once the people hear your stories, people will step up and want to help. And so, but you just need to get the word out there, and this is one way of doing it. So make sure you share this with all your friends. If you're interested in helping at all, you can get a hold of Jane at freedomhousecc.com, and all their information's there. You can read testimonies, and is there a way to give directly on the website?
There is.
Is there a donation link there?
There's a donation link
So
there.
we'll be steering people that way. So you may hopefully start getting some donations, even from this video. If you've been through something like this, maybe you've been through addiction or, a life upheaval of some sort, and you've made it through, and you have a heart for people that are going through it. We need your help.
Absolutely.
We need your wisdom. You've been through it, so you know what these people are going through right now. So that's huge for someone to understand the hurt and the pain, and to be able to give a word of encouragement or a hug. It's just sometimes that's all it takes.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
We just need to be willing. We've got to quit ignoring the problem and find a solution. So that's what we want to do, is help you guys this summer. We want to raise as much money as we can for whatever the future holds for Freedom House. So what do you see the future being for Freedom House? Like, do you have any idea where it's going? I know it's growing quickly right now. It is growing quickly.
It is growing fast. I almost want to say, God, slow it down. I would love to have a pregnancy care center. I would love that to be a part of it. I would also I don't know if you've heard of the Safe Haven program, but I would love to have that implemented in that also. I would love to be able to have more full-time staff there. Right now we have an amazing staff, but most of them are volunteers.
Right.
So we would love to be able to have that. We would love to be able to maybe even find opportunities to house families, because all of our women, all of our moms have been reconciled with their children. What a beautiful thing is that, Steve?
Oh my, yeah.
It's just a wonderful thing to see. I always say I receive the most gift from this that is priceless, and that's watching women be transformed and having everything that was stolen from them restored by the Father. That's an amazing, amazing, beautiful gift.
Absolutely.